Good afternoon and welcome to BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch. It's the 3rd of August and we have on our show today Tina Teng, Markets Analyst from CMC Markets, coming out to us from Auckland, New Zealand. As always, Tina, great to have you on the show.
Hey, Brian, thanks for having me.
Now, Tina, for a start, the economic data around the world is making investors more and more pessimistic. Give us an overview of the picture that you're seeing across the world globally and your read on the situation.
So, just since yesterday, the Fed downgraded U.S. credit ratings. So that triggered risk-off sentiment globally. And recent economic data, like U.S. job data, actually still shows resilient labor markets. That's indicating probably this time the non-farm payroll would be still strong. Not a very good sign for the U.S. markets. This could promote the Fed to keep the rates higher for longer. But the major impact on the global market right now is still the downgrade of U.S. credit by Fitch. So yesterday, Wall Street closed sharply lower. But I think that's a catalyst for the market correction as well, because I think this multi-month market rally may have been overbought. So that's the event could trigger a correction, and even this could just lift the bond yields, especially the long-dated bond yields in the US, and just send the jitters to equity markets.
Now, how about energy markets? What are you seeing there?
Energy markets, actually oil price had been resilient, rebounded sharply in July. I think that's an indication that the inflation could pick up again. So there is improved economic outlook, especially in the US, and there's a lot of saying that there will be a soft landing, even though there are uncertainties around. On China's economic rebound, the government now is like vows to just implement more stimulus policy. So that's the optimism around the China market at the same time. So I guess from now on into the second half of the year, if the inflation picks up in, inflation just go up again, and the central banks keep their hawkish stance, there might be a jittery impact on the equity markets, risk assets, and the lift in the US dollar, coupled with the US earnings season. So mixed picture.
Now, mixed picture, but then, okay, speaking of what you just mentioned, US earnings seasons, we have basically Apple and Amazon earnings coming out tomorrow. What are the expectations there?
So for Apple, the forecast is that they could have another decline in iPhone sales and slowdown in the smartphone demand globally. Amazon, probably they'll remain strong performance, especially their AI development. However, despite a bit on earnings expectations, but you can see so far, most of companies actually they are showing slowdown in the revenue growth. So the indication that the earnings per share, the profit actually they're not like improving. They are slowing down. They're declining. So there's divergent moves in the financial markets. The market goes up, however, earnings slow down. So there might be a problem.
Now, on that note, Tina, thank you very much for your insights. Thanks for coming on the show.
You're welcome.
Now, I'm Brian Fernandez, and we've been speaking to Tina Teng, Markets Analyst at CMC Markets, on BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch. This show will be on our website, www.biztech.asia, as well as our syndication partners, TV stations, radio stations, and websites. Thanks a lot for tuning in.